Man, what is good with y'all boys? Back with another video, and today, man, since the new Dragon Ball Z game is supposed to be coming out, we about to react to some Dragon Ball Z and figure out what is the top games that Dragon Ball Z ever released. Now, like I said, to me, or I haven't told y'all that, but to me, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 is the best version that they released. That's number one for me. Some people gonna say 3. I say 1. I say 2. You feel me? But we're gonna get into the video, man. If y'all new to the channel, you already know what to do. Go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you know. Let's get into it, man. Let's see what they talking about, man. I know for sure Exo Universe is going to be up there. Number 2. Exo Universe 2 is going to be in there. Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3 is going to be in there. Now, I'm just having a hard time figuring out what's going to wrap out the last 2. I never got to play the Kakarot.
These are the games that went further beyond the limits. Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're counting down our picks for the 10 best Dragon Ball games. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to Mojo Plays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
This looked like this was
Dragon
on the
Ball
arcade
Z
machine.
Legendary Super Warriors.
This looked like Nintendo. Game Boy, whatever, yeah.
The Dragon Ball franchise has
It's like
not been a
this was on the
stranger to
Game Boy.
turn-based combat, as we'll see later on, and Legendary Super Warriors managed to pull it off. Despite being on the Game Boy Color, this game boasted some impressive graphics given the detailed sprites and animations, and that music? Whew! It really helps the battle feel a little more intense. With its complex combat and strategy, players can expect to be constantly challenged and forced to think of new tactics. Just don't get discouraged if you lose a few times. We know, the difficulty can be a little bit crazy. Dragon Ball Fusions.
I remember this one. What was this song?
Show of hands, who here has done the fusion dance with their friends? No lying now, we know you have.
Definitely done that.
But has it occurred to anyone that not many Dragon Ball games go in depth with fusions? Leave it to Dragon Ball Fusions to deliver an RPG that focuses heavily on fusions. However, for an idea that sounds far-fetched, Fusions executes its concept really well given how much of the strategy lies in who you fuse with and what abilities you're granted. As you might expect, this can lead to some funny looking results, especially with the 5-way fusion. So if you like RPGs, Dragon Ball, and own a 3DS, we're sure you'll love fusions. Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure.
Bro, these games you putting on here should not even be in the top 10,
As
yo.
one of the rock-solid Dragon Ball titles to hit the Game
What are we
Boy
talking
Advance,
about?
Advanced Adventure was a platformer beat-em-up that retells most
Never
of the events
played it,
of the
bro.
original Dragon Ball storyline.
Never played it, bro.
It was impressive for a handheld game, as Advanced Adventure was filled to the brim with content. Once you beat the main story, you could play through it again as Krillin or play through the extra mode where Goku can play mini-games to unlock additional characters. Top that off with a versus mode for you and a friend, and a survival mode against bosses, and what you have is a handheld classic.
Boy! Get on to the next one, bro. That ain't it. Sorry. Get to the real one. You feel me? Start showing
Super
me some real
Dragon
games.
Ball Z.
I remember this one. This one was kind of... yeah.
Oof, we can
I
still
remember this
feel our
one, though.
fingers cramping from this one.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a Dragon Ball Z game with less focus on story and more on fighting, Super Dragon Ball Z has you covered. However, this game is more for players who enjoy fighting games with in-depth combat, like complex combo inputs and a leveling
Yeah.
system revolved around collectible cards.
Wasn't a fan of this one.
This isn't necessarily
At
a bad
all.
thing. Some games take time to enjoy.
Wasn't a fan of this
Once you
one.
get the ball rolling and start to understand the mechanics, Super Dragon Ball Z becomes incredibly enjoyable and a little addictive if we're being honest. Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku 2.
Never played it. look like another Game Boy. Like, bro.
Wow, Dragon Ball really rocked on handheld consoles, huh? This action RPG of the Legacy of Goku series picked up where its predecessor left off, while making significant changes and improvements to the formula. The combat featured charged melee attacks, capsules could be equipped to improve stats, and characters were given the ability to transform. Yes, we did say characters, plural. One of the coolest things about Legacy of Goku 2 was that, despite its name, you could play as Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, Vegeta, and everyone's favorite idiot, Hercule.
Nah,
It's got a
Hercules
good
always been a
story,
playable
deep
character.
gameplay, and a
Funny, bro.
hefty amount of replayability. This was the Dragon Ball game your friends would be jealous to have.
The weakest. He's probably the weakest person when it comes to fighting. Like,
Dragon Ball
He has to be at the bottom.
Xenoverse 2.
where y'all putting this one at?
It was a dream come true
Hold
when
on,
the
bro.
first
I didn't see the ranking for
Ball
this
Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
one. Where's the ranking for this one? Is this 6? I thought this would be way higher.
It was a dream come true when the first Xenoverse
Yeah.
came around. I mean,
You got to make your
we can
own
create our
character,
own Super
bro.
Saiyan?
We've been
Sign
waiting on
me
that
up.
forever,
While
yo.
Xenoverse 2 was not a huge improvement, this doesn't mean keeping things the same isn't a bad thing. Along with the familiar combat system and gorgeous visuals, we were given a longer campaign and even more options to customize our characters.
Yeah,
Speaking
bro.
of which, it was awesome to see Bandai Namco hire Team 4-Star to provide voice packs for our characters.
No way! Fine, I'll just kill you all!
If you're a fan of anything related to Dragon Ball, this was the game for you.
Yeah. This wasn't a bad game, yo. I played it a
Dragon
lot.
Ball Z Budokai 3.
Wait, what's the ranking
Z
for this one?
Budokai 3.
Where's the ranks at, bro? I can't tell if this like top 5 or not.
We love a game with meat on its bones. What made the Budokai game so great was how it managed to make us feel like we were making our own episode of the show,
So
thanks to
did.
speedy combat
Oh my
and the
God,
awesome
the
hyper
combat?
mode mechanic. Boasting
Oh my
extravagant graphics
God.
for the time, Budokai 3 tops the list for its replayable game modes and massive roster, which features over 40 characters from across Dragon Ball Z, GT, and even the movies. We can't forget the stellar sound design,
Bro,
which makes the game
That,
more immersive.
bro, when
in
you
how
used to
can
play this
almost-
game on hard and they had this system, bro, oh my God, bro, it was hard, bro. Hard, bro. Super hard, bro. Especially when you went against Majin Buu. Oh my God, Joe. They used to, bro. I'm getting nightmares right now.
almost feel
Thinking
the
about it.
punches and
You know how many
intense
times I have
speed
to
of the
start over
characters'
playing
movements.
against Majin Buu? Hella times, bro. It got to the point, bro, I damn near wanted to throw my PlayStation
Dragon
2,
Ball
bro.
Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Is this second? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is second. The other one was third. Okay. All right. We getting somewhere.
Holy
So,
crap, this
you know what that means? Budokai Tenkaichi 2 must be number 1.
game was the good stuff right here. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 at the time was the ultimate Dragon Ball fighting game. Where do we even begin with this one? Well, for starters, the day and night cycles allowed us to recreate fights from the series. The combat is deep,
Boom.
fast-paced, and intense.
So was.
And we should mention that you can play over 100 characters.
Yep.
Some of them even have different forms,
Yep.
adding to not just variety and roster, but more options and moves and playstyles.
For
This
sure.
was Dragon Ball Z at its
They
finest.
about to make me
and
replay
we would
this
love
game.
to see a remaster or sequel for the current generation.
Ah! Father, Son, Goku, Kamehameha.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
You fucking lost me, yo. What the fuck is this list, yo? What is this list, yo? Where is Budokai Tenkaichi 2? You put in... Oh my God. You put in Dragon Ball Z Fighter as the number 1? You
From the
fucking
moment this game
lost
was
me,
announced,
yo.
the hype was real, and it more than lived up to it.
No,
Developed
it
by the fighting
didn't.
game veterans at Arc System Works, this game brings us the most in-depth fighting system the Dragon Ball series has ever seen.
No, it's not
Although,
in depth. It's literally a few buttons. It's not in depth.
Much smaller roster compared to some of the other games on this list, Fighter Z looks towards quality rather than quantity, as each fighter has their own unique playstyle. Now, let's not get started on those stunning visuals. They somehow managed to make it look
They
more
did have great visuals, but come on,
for
bro.
Dragon Ball than Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. While the controls might take a little bit of time to get used to, this truly is the best Dragon Ball game you can play.
Wait,
taking
what?
place throughout the entire Dragon Ball Z
So wait, you got this number one? You still lost me, bro. If Budokai Tenkaichi 3 wasn't 2 or 1, how the fuck do you have Dragon Ball Z Fighter and fucking Kakarot?
storyline,
Man.
you will get to relive so many memorable moments from the show and manga.
That's how I feel about this video.
The Saiyan Saga, the Frieza Saga, Cell, Buu, it's all there. And while you will play as Goku for the majority of the game, you will also get opportunities to play as Piccolo, Trunks, Gohan, and many
You lost
others.
me already,
What
bro.
truly makes this title special is how it lets you explore and play in the world of Dragon Ball in a way no other game in the franchise has.
You lost me, bro.
Finally, we can live out our own fantasy of becoming a Super Saiyan, just as soon as we can pull ourselves away from fishing for more than a few minutes. Do you agree with our picks? What's your favorite
Fuck
Dragon
no.
Ball game?
You lost me, bro. You lost me, bro. Man, bro, I ain't gonna cap. That just pissed me off, bro. That was the weakest top 10 Dragon Ball Z list I ever seen in my life for the games. Weakest list I ever seen in my life, yo. Man, I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next one. I'm hot, bro. That pissed me off, yo. Y'all are so disrespectful. To my childhood, to y'all childhood, to the people that played it. Disrespect. That. Y'all got it, bro.